Hi, my name is Albert Oseguera Moran, and today I will be talking about bed bugs. So, bed bugs are a very serious issue, and we should deal with them as soon as possible. This is definitely not something you want to put on the back burner. It's something that you want to deal with as if it was an emergency. Today, we're not going to talk about what bed bugs are or what they look like, anything like that. We're going to go over our policies and our procedures so that you know exactly what you need to do the moment you get that resident that comes in and states, I have bed bugs. I think I have bed bugs. I might possibly have bed bugs. Anything like that. The first thing you're going to want to do, the moment you get that call or that person comes in, is you're going to want to contact your regional property manager via email and by submitting an incident report. Documentation is key in this process. There's key things that need to be on that report. We want to have this in the first paragraph so that it's very clear to us what is going on. Those items are going to be put into that incident report and must include the following: the date the problem was identified, the unit number, the resident's name and phone number, whether or not bed bugs had been previously reported by another resident in the vicinity or the building, and the date of move-in. An example of how that would read is, on 5/19/2015, Marvin Moreno, a resident of unit number 1, resident contact number as follows, informed us that he had noticed what appeared to be bed bugs in his unit since last week. Our records show that no other residents have reported having bed bugs and no other issues have occurred in or around that building. The resident's original move-in date was on 1/1/2013. That gives us exactly the information we need to know so that we can pretty much know whether it is on them, it is on us, or what was happening in this type of situation. Any additional information you would like to put into that report is fine as well, but we just want to make sure that key information is right at the top to make it very clear. Second, you're going to want to advise your residents not to disturb the apartment before the pest management provider arrives. Them attempting to fix this problem on their own is only going to make the problem worse. There is a way that this needs to be handled, and it needs to be handled in a professional manner. Number 3, you need to advise the residents to do their laundry off-site. It's very important that they not use our common area laundry rooms when washing their clothes or doing anything like that, because we do not want it to spread throughout our communities. Throughout this process, you need to make sure that you are entering these incidents, entering these into conversation logs. Like I mentioned at the beginning, it is very important that we document to make sure that we have all of our ducks in a row and we're able to show that we did everything we needed to do the correct way. Number 5, contact your pest control company and schedule treatment for this unit as soon as possible. Now that we've deemed that it is in fact a bed bug issue, we want to make sure that that's scheduled immediately. You do not want to have to deal with 6 units with bed bugs. You want to be able to deal with 1 if at all possible. 6, we need to contact the resident to set an immediate appointment to discuss the resident's responsibility in preventing the further spread of bed bugs within the apartment community. That is the moment where you will go ahead and go over the lease. You will go over our section in the lease. You will express what bed bugs and how we basically proceed with that process. There are 2 instances in which the resident would not be responsible for the bed bugs. And the only 2 instances which those are is unless bed bugs were previously reported by a prior resident in the apartment in question, or the resident just moved into a vacant unit within 30 days. Otherwise, FDC is not responsible for any damages, transfers, hotel rooms expenses, or any other claims related to these bed bugs. And they can refer to the section in our lease that refers to bed bugs specifically and gives all that information in detail. You must remind the residents of the importance of not moving belongings of the infested unit to other units or the proper disposal of infested furniture. Do not have them put it out in the front of their apartment. Do not have them put it out in our dumpsters. We need to treat the unit. We need to treat anything in the unit so that that problem does not spread. So make sure that they are aware of this because sometimes they're just not in the know. Once the unit has in fact been treated by your pest control company, you're going to want to contact them at least 2 times. More than that is even better. We want to make sure that the status of the infestation has basically been wiped out with this process. The pest control company should be doing a follow-up within a week to make sure that this has been completed. We want to make sure that they're not noticing any more issues like this, because if that's the case, we need a retreat. We need to make sure that we have solved this problem and it's no longer going to be an issue. Now, very important, no later than 2 days after the initial resident appointment, you're going to want to inspect the apartment. You're going to want to confirm a very important thing. Part of this process is that the mattresses, which is where we find that bed bugs are most prevalent, that we are using the mattress encasements for them. Here's an example of just that. It's basically meant for protection against bed bugs. It will allow us to finish out that process and make sure that we're killing them off and we're taking care of it. Along in the bed bug policy, you're going to find 2 other sections as well. One is the preparing a unit for professional treatment and the resident's responsibilities, which you can go over with them directly. You're also going to be able to read up on, after the resident moves out of a unit that was affected, what our procedures are. That's for your maintenance staff, that's for your leasing staff to know as well. And lastly, where to look for bed bugs. You want to know and you want to educate your staff on where they can look for these types of things. This can all this will all be part of our manual, and this will all be part of the process as well for you guys to just make sure that anybody is ready to deal with this at any given time. We do not want to put it off. We don't want to wait for the manager to come by. We want to be able to have any staff member in the office be able to deal with this and know how to deal with this properly and quickly and efficiently. If you have any other questions, you're welcome to contact your regional PMs on this. Hopefully this was informative, and thank you so much for your time.